Today we're going to talk about this. The blood pressure monitor. If you have anxiety, panic attacks, especially if you have health anxiety, most likely you have one of this or more than one. I used to have 4. People with anxiety and panic attacks, especially the hypochondriacs, they are obsessed with the blood pressure monitor. Our brain hates uncertainty. Our brain doesn't like the unknown. And when it comes to anxiety, there isn't a black and white test that can tell you have anxiety. Anxiety only brings a feeling of being unwell, an idea of something is wrong with you, but you don't know what it is. When you feel like something's wrong with you and there's no clear answer, your brain will go into panic. So you search and search to find some kind of answer to satisfy your brain. Then this is the most accessible and the cheapest way for you to have some kind of answer, some kind of numbers that you can hang on to explain the way you feel. Imagine if it costs about $5,000 to get your blood pressure checked. The obsession with the blood pressure monitor will not be that common. When you measure your blood pressure, if the numbers come out to be too high or too low, you have something to blame on. If the number comes out to be normal, it makes you feel better. So using the blood pressure monitor is more like a tiny little therapy session that you have to yourself. That's why people become obsessed with it. And unfortunately, this obsession leads to addiction. I used to freak out and panic when I can't find mine. I used to have 4 of them. I leave one at home, one in my car, one at work, and one at my ex-girlfriend's house. What is the downside of using the blood pressure monitor when you have anxiety? Number 1, it's not accurate because your blood pressure fluctuates. When you are anxious, your blood pressure goes up. If it goes up, so you freak out. And the more you freak out, the higher your blood pressure goes. Number 2, people with anxiety, panic attacks, and health anxiety, most of them develop something called a white coat syndrome. So whenever you go to a doctor's office, your blood pressure goes up. So again, it's not accurate. When it comes to medical testing, you cannot rely on something that fluctuates. You know, before a test for your sugar level, your doctor would ask you to not eat anything that morning so that the number doesn't fluctuate. When it comes to blood pressure, you cannot stop it from fluctuating because your blood pressure connects directly to your emotion. And people with anxiety like us, we don't have the ability to regulate our emotion. Hence, we cannot regulate our blood pressure to make sure that the test is accurate. You know, a normal person would get their blood pressure checked once a year at their annual exam, sometimes twice a year. Anxiety and health anxiety sufferers sometimes measure their blood pressure 10 or 15 times a day. I used to be like that. I recovered from anxiety. I don't measure my blood pressure anymore. I am going to show you how to overcome your obsession with the blood pressure monitor. Your goal is not to overcome your need to use the blood pressure monitor. Everybody needs to monitor their blood pressure. So it's hard to convince yourself to overcome the need to monitor your blood pressure. What you need to overcome is to overcome the urge to use it. And here's the trick. Every time you find yourself wanting or needing to use a blood pressure monitor, set the alarm for 5 minutes, and when the alarm goes off, you can use it. So you give yourself a 5 minutes delay. The next time you want to use your blood pressure monitor, set the alarm to 10 minutes, 5 minutes increment, and then increase it to 15, 20, 25, 30 minutes. Everyone is different. But to me, when I got up to 3 hours, the urge to use a blood pressure monitor faded away. I still used it, but with less urgency. When the delay gets longer and longer, it hits the point when I didn't feel like I need it anymore. And they use this tactic in my state. In Wisconsin, it used to be when you want to buy a gun, you have to wait 48 hours before you can pick up your gun. The reason why they did this is because just in case you have an urge to hurt someone, hopefully after 48 hours, and you will change your mind and not needing to do it anymore. So you can use the same trick to overcome your obsession with this machine. The first time is easy. Just wait 5 minutes. When you can do that, then you realize 10 minutes is not that bad. It will get to a point when you wait long enough to not needing to use it anymore. I hope you will give it a shot and let me know if it works for you.